Hello everyone, and welcome back to Wiki Reading. Today I will be reading SCP-1744, Shell Secrets. Object Class, Safe. SCP-1744 is a shallow pond located approximately meters from Site-39. SCP-1744 measures approximately 10 meters wide and 4 meters deep at its deepest point. The surface of the water in SCP-1744 remains relatively placid, regardless of wind conditions, and only becomes agitated when physical contact is applied. Chemical analysis of the water indicates no abnormalities, save for a slightly elevated salt content compared to that of fresh water. SCP-1744 will periodically produce Synum perspectivum, white baby's ear, seashells, referred to as SCP-1744-1. Instances of -1 will manifest floating on the surface of the water, and upon initial appearance seem to be undamaged. A significant percentage of -1 instances will undergo deterioration over time, sometimes to the point of shattering. Rarely, instances of -1 will dissolve into fine sand instead of shattering into fragments. The means and process by which this occurs is currently unknown. Records indicate that SCP-1744 initially manifested 7 months after Site-39 was founded, following incident involving SCP. Although it is presumed that this was a result, researchers have now determined a causative correlation. The cause and origin of the instances of -1 are unknown. The first instance of -1 was retrieved 3 hours after SCP-1744's initial appearance. When an instance of -1 is destroyed, whether due to time or physical force, a clear speaking voice will emanate from the shell fragments. Multiple voices have been noted, although thus far no recorded voice has been observed more than once. Partial log of SCP-1744-1 instance recordings. Instance discovery, March 25, 1981. Recording date, October 12, 1984. Instance deteriorated in containment. Voice, female, believed to be young adult. Transcript of recording. Things have been getting steadily worse. There's no denying it. I've thought over everything, worried through every night, and I don't see a way out this time. Instance discovery, May 12, 1989. Recording date, August 24, 1995. Instance destroyed as part of experiment. Voice, male, believed to be an elderly adult. Transcript of recording. I keep waking up in more pain than before. It hurts. I tell them, but they keep saying I can be strong and do more. People say they need me, but I don't really want this. I've passed the point of caring, I suppose. Instance discovery, December 14th, 2000. Recording date, January 3rd, 2001. Instance deteriorated in containment. Voice, indistinguishable gender, believed to be a child. Transcript of recording. I hope Mother and Father know it's their fault. They keep trying to tell me to do well and be successful. Maybe I don't want that. Maybe I want to be happy. Maybe I want them to notice me. Instance discovery, May 20th, 2002. Recording date, May 20th, 2003. Instance deteriorated in containment. Voice, female, believed to be in late teens. Transcript of recording. It's that day again. I wonder if anyone knows, because no one says they blame me. I was the one who wasn't careful. I was the one who thought it'd be harmless, it'd be fun, and we'd all laugh about it later. Everyone thinks I'm just missing my friends, but I'm too selfish for that. I've always only thought of myself. Instance discovery, April 18th, 2013. Recording date, April 24th, 2013. Instance destroyed as part of experiment. Voice, male, believed to be middle-aged adult. Transcript of recording. After so long, I'm finally able to sleep peacefully again. The research is going well. I can't wait to see my family again. I'm sure the twins have grown. Addendum 1744-1. Recent suicide rate statistics of the urban areas surrounding Site-39 have demonstrated patterns consistent with Foundation testing of -1 instances. See Addendum 1744-2. Addendum 1744-2. Due to the as-yet unexplained suicide of researcher and recent disappearance of Dr. Instances of -1 are no longer to be destroyed as part of experimental procedures. All Site-39 personnel are now required to take part in a mandatory psychological evaluation following each new appearance of an instance of -1. Some instances of -1 have been observed to intermittently emit vocalizations, which can only be observed when holds shell to their ear. It has been noted that the voices produced by -1 are observed to sound distorted as if through water. However, the more aware the instance exhibits, the clearer the vocalizations become. Excerpt from Journal Log of Dr. July 15, 2009. A new instance of -1 was reported. I went to take a look at it, since it was the first we'd seen in weeks. November 24, 2010. Work is stressful and busy. I haven't had much time to write, what with life moving or ending so unexpectedly as of yet. I've kept listening to the shell, gotten authorization once a week, but I've heard nothing particularly of note. I feel like the whisperings are familiar, somehow. September 19, 2011. Been spacing out listening sessions with the shell to avoid it affecting me mentally. Still, the voice is clear. Someone I'm sure I know. Perhaps in the family. I'd better check up on them. April 10th, 2013. I recognize the voice. At last. It's mine. And as of today, there's a rather noticeable crack running along the surface of the shell. April 25th, 2013. They found body yesterday, a few hours after I smashed the shell that only then spoke with his voice. I didn't know. He seemed fine. The few shells we could link to people always belonged to those outside the facility. I received a phone call. It happened. She didn't make it. Tonight. I've decided on tonight. Special Containment Procedures. The area around SCP-1744 is to be fenced off and access restricted. A security perimeter is to be maintained at all times. Unauthorized individuals attempting to access SCP-1744 are to be turned away. The manifestation of SCP-1744-1 instances is to be immediately reported to appropriate Site-39 personnel. Instances of -1 are to be retrieved and stored in a video-monitored testing room equipped with highly sensitive recording microphones. Any changes in the physical appearance of -1 instances are to be noted. Access to instances of -1 is restricted to Level 3 personnel. The remains of expired instances of -1 are to be stored in a standard storage locker in Site-39.